Hey, Chris, it's good to see you. Today we're talking about 3 year-end tax strategies. I cannot believe the end of the year is almost here. It's gone by so fast. We are, of course, still very much in bear market territory. Stocks and bonds are negative. The market has lost about 16% of its value. We've talked about this before, but let's talk about how these negatives offer some unique opportunities. And the first on your list of considerations is tax loss harvesting. What is that?
Well, the market has certainly handed us a lot of lemons this particular year. And tax loss harvesting is a way to make a little lemonade out of
Mhm.
what the market has handed us. And what tax loss harvesting is selecting specific securities that may have experienced a loss this year and considering selling those securities, taking the loss this year. But the lemonade is we get to take that loss and it offsets any gain, either long term or short term capital gain this year, which has positive tax implications. So uh, we can use that strategy to offset gain, but any unused loss can also offset earned income.
Hmm.
So if the tax loss harvesting exceeds the amount of gain you use this year, any unused loss from the sale can offset $3,000 in earned income this year. And here's the cherry on top is that any unused loss period this year can roll to forward years. So any unused loss from tax loss harvesting this year can help offset future gains, long term or short term, in years to come as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's really beneficial. Awesome. Next on your list here is QCDs, qualified charitable distributions. What are those?
Well, when we reach a certain age, the government makes us take money out of our qualified funds, our IRAs, our 401ks, if those are still running around. You never have to take funds out of a Roth IRA unless you want to. But those are called RMDs, required minimum distributions. And some of you have been taking those for a while. But you may not have needed those funds to live on. When you take an RMD, a required minimum distribution, you have to add that to your earned income. You've deferred taxes by contributing to your IRAs, by contributing to your 401ks, and eventually the IRS would like some of that tax revenue. And so when they make us take that required minimum distribution, we have to add that to our 1040, add that to our earned income, and then pay tax on it. But here's the beauty. If we actually don't need those funds to live on, we can avoid that tax burden by making a charitable distribution. So a QCD is a qualified charitable distribution. And you can take your RMD and you can have it made directly to the charity that you'd like to support. That avoids the taxes for you. It benefits the organizations that you love and are very important to you. And that is one really important tax strategy that we really should consider as we head toward the year end.
I like that. That one really is a win-win. Last on your list, donor advised funds. What is that?
Now, these are a little less known. So, we talked just a moment ago about money the government forces us to take, the
Mhm.
required minimum distributions. Well, we may find ourselves this year in a position where we have to pay tax. But the government says, okay, you have to write a check this year to Uncle Sam or write a check. But we get to decide who we write the check to.
Mhm.
And that's where a donor advised fund comes in. A donor advised fund is basically its own charitable fund. It's set up by you. You get to name it. You actually get to manage the investments inside of that with an advisor. But here's the beauty with a donor advised fund, you can uh, write a check to the donor advised fund and receive 100% write off as a charitable donation in the year that that gift is made. So if you have a donor advised fund or start one, you can make that contribution, write that off as a tax deduction, and then over any time frame, distribute the funds from that donor advised fund to charities that are important to you over your lifetime or lifetimes to come. So, donor advised funds are a very nice way to um, decide where we're going to write that check. We still may need to write some to Uncle Sam, but we can lower that amount through the use of donor advised funds. And Aaron, often as we head toward year end, there's that pressure. Okay, well, if we make a charitable donation, we can lower our taxes. But it's the pressure of, who do we write the check to? How much? What organizations?
Right,
A
right.
donor advised fund, a donor advised fund gives you space and gives you time. So you can make the donation to the donor advised fund, takes the tax write off in this year, and it gives you time and space to plan your giving into the future.
Wow, Chris, this was incredibly helpful and very thoughtful. These are some really wonderful strategies. If somebody would like to talk to you more about anything that we've mentioned, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Is to call the office. And our office number here at Integrative Financial Services is 509-467-5117. 509-467-5117. We're not tax planners, we're investment advisors. We're very, very closely with tax planners who
Mhm.
help our clients look at what is likely to happen at year's end, what their obligations may be, and then we can strategize around that with the client's desires and plans to make the year end as a positive thing as possible. So reach out to us here and we can connect with you, your team, or if you need a planner, we have those as well. 509-467-5117, or visit our website, myifsteam.com.
Such an important conversation to have. Chris, thank you.
Thank you, Erin.